Metering. In this section, we describe several metering mode options, which most cameras have as an option to meter exposure. On Canon cameras, there is a metering mode button and a dial that can be rotated to select from different options. Metering mode selection. Metering mode is a DSLR function that is not immediately obvious as to what it is. Metering is a feature that allows the camera to detect what the appropriate shutter speed and aperture should be. The camera is able to measure the light and determine what the proper exposure level should be. There are various metering settings available, such as evaluative metering, matrix metering, center weighted metering, spot metering, and partial metering. Below, we describe some of these modes. First, let's discuss evaluative metering or matrix metering. This type of metering is used in the majority of circumstances. It is used often because it is effective in various different lighting conditions. Though the mode involves evaluating different zones within the frame for light and dark tones, the focus point is considered as the most important area. Center weighted metering. In center weighted metering, the camera meters all of the zones, but meters most in the center and less so for the zones as they approach the outer edge. The metering weight is at the center. And we also have partial metering. In the instances when a background is brighter than a subject, partial metering can be useful. The mode involves calculating an average of light over a circular area. And we also have spot metering. The most precise form of metering is spot metering. Imagine a spot of relevance at the focus point. Exposure is calculated at that spot and the other areas are disregarded. This mode is useful if you are tracking a small moving object and wish to get the exposure right on that object. DSLR cameras. Good interchangeable lens camera systems have facilities for handling audio such as built-in mono microphone, a microphone input jack, and a headphone jack. The microphone input feature is especially important because the built-in mono microphone does a poor job of capturing natural and realistic sound of the subjects on scene, and so the ability to connect the external microphone device is essential to the success of making professional audio-video recordings. Most cameras should have a sound recording option. This option will allow the user to change the sound source. There are two main modes of operation, manual or auto. If a user chooses to record the audio level manually, then the user is responsible to choose the audio recording levels for the scene. Choosing the right level will involve running a few tests before commencing the main recordings. Setting the right levels will involve setting the levels such that they are not too loud so as to clip in the visual level meters, or too soft so as to require too much amplification in post. A good range for most recordings is above -12 dB, but below 0 dB. If the user chooses to use the auto mode or sound recording, then the camera will choose the most appropriate level. The audio will then be adjusted as needed to environmental sounds.